everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I do my brow routine. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video if you've been needing to get your brows done. Now let's get started. Okay, so first I'm going to show you the products I use to grow and clean my brows. Whenever I need my brows to grow out a little bit more, I use castor oil. I got this on Amazon. It's 4 ounces, so it's really big, and you only need a small amount. I just get a little bit on my fingers, rub them together, and go like this. I use that every night, and it really helps to grow them out. My eyebrows were able to grow out so much using this. They are thinner right now, but that's because I already did them. But I was able to grow them out all the way, so I was able to go to the salon and reshape them. So I really suggest, if you are having trouble growing out your brows, that you just use castor oil on them. It really helps. You just have to be really patient and try not to tweeze them too much. Okay, so I use a few things to grow my brows. Most of the time I do go to the brow salon, but right now we obviously can't. And just anytime that I don't have time to go, I'll just kind of touch them up myself, so these are the things that I use. So the first thing I usually use are these Tinkle razors. I got them on Amazon. This is what one already looks like opened. So if there's like little hairs and I don't have like too much, I'll just kind of clean them up like this. And then under, I'll go in like this. But I wouldn't suggest doing this all the time. Using an eyebrow razor though will make your eyebrows grow back a little bit faster and a little bit thicker than they would if you were to wax or to thread them. They're not going to grow back really thick, but if you have the option to thread or to wax, I would go with that option. This is just an option if you just need a really quick clean, but I wouldn't suggest doing this every single time you need to do your brows. Okay, so let's talk about tweezers. Tweezers aren't the best thing for you, and I learned that when I was trying to grow my eyebrows out when they were really thin. So basically what you should know about tweezers is that, let's say I have some hair like right over here, but I'm trying to have my eyebrows grow out because I'm missing some up here. Well, if you tweeze it around any of the area that you're trying to grow out, basically under your skin, it's not going to grow out anywhere around where you're tweezing. So if you're tweezing right here, it's really not going to grow out anywhere around there. So that's a trick. So if you're having trouble growing out your brows, you need to absolutely stop using your tweezers. I would say if you are growing out your eyebrows and you do want to get like the hairs down here and the hairs all the way up here, probably use a razor instead. But using a tweezer is not great. I do use them when it's really necessary, but most of the time I can get by without using them. It's just if you make a mistake, it's really hard to come back from it. But if you are trying to grow out your eyebrows in general, probably try using something other than a tweezer. Okay, so next thing are brow scissors. Everyone should have a pair of brow scissors. So I'm sure everyone knows that eyebrows kind of grow up. Mine grow out this way on this eyebrow, but on this one they grow up. So when you're doing your brows, or what I like to do is when I do this and clean them on the top, the ones right here are still pretty long. So I'll get these and, where is it? And I'll get a spoolie and I'll brush them directly up. And then if you see any hairs that are sticking up, I just kind of trim them. And then I kind of do that all the way across. And it makes them so much cleaner and look so much more nice. So if you notice that you have a lot of long hairs, I would suggest getting eyebrow scissors. And then I also have this flawless Dermaplane hair remover. It glows when you turn the button on. So I really use this all on my face, but just like this one, I'll use it the same way. It's pretty much just a different style, and it has a light to it so you can see better, which I like. So I really like this too, to take off the little extra hairs on my brows. Okay, so now that I showed you how I grow my brows and how I clean them, I'm gonna show you how I fill them in. Okay, so I think my eyebrow routine is pretty simple. I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I also really like the Precisely My Brow from Benefit. That's also a really good one. So I just start by using the spoolie and brushing in the direction my eyebrow grows. So to the side and then down. And then we're gonna take the pencil. Okay, and then all I'm gonna do is line the bottom of my brow. So I'm just gonna follow that line. So I'll kind of start about 1 inch in, so right here, and I'll just start lining my brow. And I'm not gonna do it too hard to where the product is really dark. I just kind of wanna do it with a light hand, just like that. And then the front, you just wanna do it very, very light with an even lighter hand. and then brush it out. So as you can see, I started there, and then over here I'm just brushing out a little bit more. And then again, I'm just gonna spoolie the rest of what I did, just not too much. So the front part of my brow, I usually don't ever touch. So starting right there, even up here, I'll start putting in little strokes and kind of mimicking eyebrow hairs. And again, I'm not doing it too hard. I don't want it to look too dark and too harsh, but I'm just filling in where my natural hair is and anywhere I think just needs to be darker. Okay, so a lot of the times I like to leave my brow like that. I think it looks really pretty and natural. So I'm just gonna do that to the other side. Okay, and that's all I pretty much do for my regular brow routine. But if I'm gonna be out for a long time and I know I'm gonna have my picture taken, I kinda like the ends to be a little bit darker. So if I do wanna make them darker, I'll go in with the Anastasia Dipbrow. This is in dark brown. I forgot to say about my pencils in medium brown. And then I'll take a little flat angled brush, and then I'm just gonna dip it in. And then I'm gonna kind of rub off the product just so that way, again, I don't have a big chunk. And I don't want it to be too harsh on my brows. And then I'll just go in and I'm gonna do the same process I did with my pencil. So I'm gonna start right here and start lining. But I don't like the line very dark, so I'm gonna do that a little bit lighter. Okay, and then now same thing, I'm just gonna spoolie out a little bit just so that it's not such a harsh line and it blends in. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back in again and take a little bit more. And then up here, again, I'm just gonna start making those strokes. And again, I'm not touching anything over here. Okay, and I like how that looks. So I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna do the other side. Okay, so I did both brows and they're a little bit darker now. So the next thing I would do is go in with concealer, and I'm just gonna clean them up a little bit under. So for this part, I'm just gonna take a flat brush and I'm gonna put just a little bit of product on it. And then I'm just gonna carve out the whole bottom of my eyebrow. So this helps just to make your eyebrow look a little bit more structured and a little bit more sharp. And then also, if you did get a little messy with your products, this helps you out. Okay, so after you kind of blend it out a little bit, I'm gonna take my beauty sponge and just kind of dab it in so it looks a little bit more natural and there's not streaks. Okay, I'm gonna do that to the other side. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, you can see they look much more clean. And the last step I'll do is go in with my Clear Brow Gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I love this stuff. They do have a tinted one that I'll use sometimes if I'm not actually filling in my brows. So this just really locks them into place so your hairs don't move anywhere. This is my favorite brow gel. It works amazing and your eyebrows will not move. And that is it. Alright, and that is how I do my brows. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel. Let me know in the comments what videos you'd like to see me do. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!